How's it going, guys? My name is TheSwollenGamer, and I don't have any fancy props for you guys today. I actually did some spring cleaning. This is a horrible idea. I did some spring cleaning. You guys didn't really see a lot of this. Oh God! You guys didn't see a lot of this before anyway, but yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad in here. It might still look a little messy. There's my next to my desk. There's your setup tour. Hashtag setup tour 2016 completed. I have a lot of stuff under my tripod, however, this could be a problem. Something like that. Oh, that's horrible. Anyways, guys, that'll serve as a mildly comedic intro. How's it going? I'm back with another episode of Swollen Comments. I think this is 30. Yes, this is Swollen Comments 30. What the Let's get on with the comments. So last week, I asked you guys, what is the worst / most embarrassing / cringe message that you've ever sent to somebody, or a message that you sent to someone that they weren't supposed to receive? So let's see what you guys said. Wikipedia says, worst message sent to best friend. When you come home, I need to spend time with you. I love you and I haven't seen you in forever. I meant to send that to my dad, FML. Oh, it's a friendship love. I'll be honest. If I received that from like a random friend, we wouldn't be friends anymore. Ender the Raptor says, so I don't know if this counts or not. If you have to ask that, then it probably will. But one time, my sister stole a phone and asked my crush, would it be a problem if I loved you? And then deleted the conversation, so I didn't even know it until he responded later saying, why would it be? And I had to sort the whole thing out. Fun times. Wait, what? Would it be a problem if I loved you? Why would it be? Ooh, so maybe he actually wanted you then. Maybe you should be thanking your sister for that one. Tori LD says, the worst message I've sent was to one of my enemies. Don't ask. Yeah, I can imagine that you have lots of enemies. Hey man, I'm sorry for everything. Which was meant to be sent to one of my friends when I raged on Black Ops 3 because I freaking suck. At Black Ops 3, I mean. My enemy responded nicely, but not so nicely when I said, wrong person, LOL. See, you should make amends. It's not worth building enemies on YouTube, just so you know, because you never know when it might turn around and bite you in the ass. Victor Sage says, my worst message that I've ever sent to the wrong person was probably when I was in this group chat with my friends on Messenger, and one of them made a silly Photoshop image of Messenger, freaking Facebook trying to shove their social media down all of our throats with extra apps and whatnot. Silly Photoshop image of my face, and I was gonna reply with a sarcastic freak you, but my dad messaged me right when I tapped the chat bubble, and I sent the message to him, and I was like, oh shit. And that was the moment I realized I f***ed up. That's awful. That's like the worst thing possible. You said something like that to your parents or whatever. John Miller says, I've never sent a message to the wrong person, so I'll say this. I was once performing in a band from Scotland with Hatred. Interesting name for a band. Oh, I see what you did there. Instead of from Paris with love, from Scotland with hatred. I got you. That's pretty clever. It was during a solo, and I tried to swing my guitar, and I ended up hitting the vocalist in the nuts, and then myself in the head. Jesus. Freaking double tap, man. The Intense Pickle says, I meant to tell my brother he was stupid, but I accidentally sent it to my mom. Mistakes were made. How would you explain that? Like, I don't know. It depends on your relationship with your kid, I guess. But I feel like that would just be a cheap excuse. Like, oh, I just meant to send that to somebody else. Actually, my girlfriend told me what happened. She I think she sent a message to one of her sisters talking bad, like trash about the other sister, but she accidentally sent it to the sister she was talking trash about. You know what I mean? And she played it off like with a just kidding, you know. She has that puppy eyes and lets her get away with anything. Swagmaster Adri says, I had gotten my first phone in 8th grade and I knew this kid named Alex. I got his name on Kik. People still use Kik? And we messaged each other a lot. One day I was playing around with the emojis. Before I continue, I should say the delete button was right under the send button. I hate that, dude. I have actually accidentally sent messages. I don't know if I've ever sent a bad message, but I have sent messages accidentally because the backspace is right underneath send. So I accidentally clicked the send button, and when I wanted to delete, I sent him a kiss emoji. I kept on telling him it was an accident, but he kept on teasing me about it. That's so funny. Knife says, so I was gonna send a message to my crush and tell her she was hot and I wanted to go out. So the stupid 9-year-old me sent it to a random girl that goes to my school, and she told everyone I just wanted to move schools. That sucks, dude. See, that right there is why you shouldn't give little kids' cell phones. I didn't even get my first cell phone, I think probably 7th grade or 8th grade. Dakota Blaine says, me and my friend were playing an egg prank against my friend. I messaged him about how we were going to sneak out at 3 a.m., egg his house, wake him up, and run back home, while I accidentally messaged my mom and dad somehow about the fact that we were going to egg him. Shake my head. Anyway, I love the heck out of you, Swollen. Thank you so much, Dakota. That is awkward. That would be, you just blew your entire plan. JK Trace Ninja says, I was watching one of your old videos and one of my friends asked me what I was watching, so I was gonna share a link, but I accidentally sent it to my mom and she's really strict about what I watch. She was not happy. Oh, come on. I'm definitely not the worst person to watch. There's a lot of people out there who freaking go ham on the profanity and the inappropriate subject matter. I mean, I'm not totally clean either, so I guess that reaction's reasonable. Alex Gaming says, well, you better read my comment. No! JK, you are the best. Don't hurt me. Okay, so the story, my class was like early to find out about her 6-year-old me get a message from a classmate. He sent porn, and dumb old me wanted to spread that to the other classmate, and I had an M on the beginning of his name, and I guess I sent the porn video to my mom. So yeah, that's the story. A little bit of grammatical issues, but I think I made it through. He sent pornography to his mother. Wow. Yangeek05 says, worst text sent to now X. Hey, I really like insert name here, and I want to break up with X. How do I do it? And I sent, I love you so much and I can't wait to see you, to a kid that hates me. Not the worst, just cringy. Wait a minute. Oh, you sent it to the ex, and you asked your ex how to break up with your ex? Oh, that's horrible. Autumn Norwell says, I accidentally messaged my ex, Jacob. A lot of exes. Interesting. That was meant for my crush, Mark. Me. Want to go to the party with me? Ex. Sure. Me. I didn't mean to text you. I meant to text Mark that. Oh, can I still come to the party with you? Me. No. Dude, you're freaking savage. Poor sap. He still wanted you. Dirt Person says, so go back to young, cringy me who only played Minecraft. And now that I think of it, I haven't played it for a while and it still sits there on my desktop with a bunch of other games and programs. I was playing on a faction sort of thing, except with Avatar, The Last Airbender bending. Wait, what? I know this doesn't seem related to what you need to know, but bear with me here. And there was this one guy who took most of the stuff of the group I was in and hated his guts. What an asshole. Later on, he joined the faction though, but I wasn't okay with it at all. So I sent a private message to the leader saying we should kill him, but I accidentally sent it to the guy I hated and had a mini heart attack. My hashtag Minecraft drama, the juiciest drama in all of existence. Ali Abdul Mateen L says, first off, hi Swollen. I've never owned a phone until a year ago. It's not that good. It doesn't even have a network and I can't get apps. What the frick is the point then? It was for school so I could text my group members. The story isn't really about an accidental text, more like I regret it. So one of my group members who I didn't really have a crush on, but it was one of those things where you could see yourself liking them, but it just probably isn't meant to be, so you just try to be really nice and always be there. Hashtag relatable. Anyway, she was in Costa Rica with her family during school. This is in 10th. I guess it was family business, so she was excused. I sent her a text whenever our group made a huge decision, even though I knew one of the others probably told her. What I regret is I probably sent a text every day for a week. She was cool though, and we talked about projects and how it was in Costa Rica. FML. See, that's the problem in high school, is you have to play games like that. I mean, you still kind of have to play games later on a little bit, but not nearly as much. Like I feel like when I was in high school, there was like the strict rules that you had to go by, and if you didn't follow the rules, then you know you came off weird or awkward, and it's unfortunate that you can't just be yourself with that regard, at least in high school. God, high school was tough. Elizabeth Perry says, worst message I've sent to the wrong person. Wasn't bad at all, but it was a hilarious one. I was trying to send a picture to my sister from a cover book called Meet the Planets. You can see it here. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, interesting. And I was trying to point out how creepy Mars looked. Let's see how creepy Mars looks. Oh God, is that him? That's him, dude. It's so creepy because he's just like peeking around. The faces, it's really unsettling because they're so realistic. All right, I don't really like that one. But instead of sending it to my sister, I sent it to my friend. Soon I got a message from her that said, damn you to hell. And at the moment I realized I sent it to her and I couldn't stop laughing. P.S. I am not related to Katy Perry. Damn. Could have been so rich. You could have been so rich. Why did she say that? Damn you to hell. That's weird. That's kind of a random response for just showing somebody a planet that looks Creepy. The Alien Gamer 2-in-1 says, I was meant to send a text to my friend, but I accidentally sent it to my mom and embarrassed me because it was about porn. Why do all you guys sharing porn, dude? It's kind of strange. It's really not that hard to find on your own. It really isn't. There's really no reason to share porn. I've never done that before ever in my life. I guess when I was really, really little, my friend showed it to me for the first time. I guess I could see that, but it was like in person. Alright, I'm going way too in depth with this shit. Sans the Skeleton says, one time I was going to send a message to my friend and tell him to go kill himself for a joke, but accidentally sent it to my mom, and let's just say my body had bruises. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. Once again, there are far more comments than I can even get through, so thank you guys so much for all of these. The Egg Boy Dam says, so, my friend uses her mom's phone and it happened to skip my mind. I sent her an inappropriate chainmail message to her and said, oh my fucking god, this is so you. Mind you, her mother is very religious. Oh no. I guess my friend didn't read it because her mom responded in Spanish telling me why I was saying those bad words. I can never speak to her mom ever again. Spoopy Jim Jr. says, I was talking to my online / best / crush. We're now dating. Oh, congratulations. And I by accident send my other BFFs this huge ass paragraph about how I'm bisexual and that I liked her, and holy shit, I was so embarrassed, but it's all good, fam. We're still BFFs. She was just extremely confused, and I actually never ended up sending the message to my GF. She was like, hey, we should GF, and it was obvious that we liked each other, and she called me hun a lot, so yeah, kinda didn't make sense, but it's 2:30 a.m. and I'm not changing it. Well, at least you recognize it. The law says, I accidentally sent the nuclear launch codes out to the entire Catholic school and showed the exact coordinates of the secure government locations that held very serious, dangerous explosives. Call all 9,000 taste buds. Simple says, I was going to send a message to the Swollen Gamer, but I accidentally sent it to Oombaville. Jesper says, my most embarrassing moment was around the age of 10. I liked a girl, but nobody knew, and I was too shy to tell anybody. So I just wrote down notes in class about her and always tried to draw her. When one day the teacher saw it and took it all away from me and showed it to the class, I was literally shaking. What a bitch. Why do teachers do that? Okay, first of all right, if there's teachers watching, there's definitely teachers watching The Swollen Gamer on YouTube, or parents even. Embarrassing your kids, embarrassing your students is not a good way to teach them a lesson. Like, what's the point of that? I guess because you weren't paying attention, so they're trying to punish you with embarrassment. No, that's not how you do it, okay? Learn how to appropriately discipline your children / students and stop making ashes of yourselves, because they're gonna remember that shit and they're gonna resent you for it for a very long time. Jaden Barriente says, I was texting my friend who knew I had a crush on this girl back in about 7th grade. He asked me who I liked and what about them I liked. I was texting both him and my crush and didn't realize I was sending my current text to my crush trying to tell my friend she has a fat ass and them limbs be perky. Lips, not limps, Jesus. Long story short, when I realized who I sent the text to, I didn't actually freak out. I just laughed hysterically, then realized, well, shit, we ain't gonna talk anymore. But she did and told me the next day that she was flattered but wasn't into dating me at the time, so it's all good, I guess. Well, that's good. At least you took it with a grain of salt. I probably would have had a quarter-life crisis at that point. All right, guys, well, that's all the time I got for this video. Thank you so much to everyone who sent their comments. All right, so for this, guys, I don't know that I have a message I wasn't supposed to send, as much as just general cringery. Yes, cringery, I'm coining that term because that accurately describes the majority of my life. Like, I was super cringe, dude. Like, throughout high school, I was cringe. Like, you just think back onto, like, an earlier version of yourself, and you think, God, that was cringe. Especially with girls, like early on, like in high school and stuff, I would send things that now I look back on that, especially freshman year, dude. I remember, like, I don't even count this as a relationship, but I was in a relationship with this girl freshman year of high school. And it was basically a texting relationship. So I don't know if you guys watch Life According to Jimmy, but maybe this is more common than I initially thought, because they made this whole skit on like 8th grade slumber parties and 6th grade slumber parties, and it described it perfectly. I'll link it down below in the description if I can find it. But basically, we would just would text nonstop. But when we saw each other in person and when we actually like were at school, we wouldn't say anything to each other. Like it was just so awkward. Like I had to force myself to talk to her and we couldn't carry on a conversation. There was zero chemistry. And I was like, I love you, I love you, I love you. Like we would constantly text this back and forth. We literally only talked for a month and then it was over.
So like, how are things with you and Sarah?
Honestly, things are moving pretty fast, but it's weird though. Because like we talk on AIM every day and like we say I love you to each other. But then when I see her at school, it's too awkward like talk in person.
I mean, that sounds totally normal to me.
Yeah, I don't see what the problem is.
So I guess that would be the cringiest thing, you know, it's just general cringery, as I said. So for the next video, Dakota Blaine says, video idea, the most suspenseful or funniest thing you did as a kid. I do have a funny story. It wasn't even too long ago, so I'll share that next week. Hopefully I remember. This will be an interesting prompt. I'm curious as to see what you guys came up with, and I am actually shocked at how many people had responses for this week's prompt because I feel like it was a little niched, you know what I mean? Like it's not something that applies to everyone. But anyways, guys, as always, I am so freaking grateful for your comments and just everybody watching the videos and supporting me, and the channel's been looking up. We just hit 12,700 subscribers, so clap that up. We just hit 12K very recently. Once again, big thank you to my friend Oompaville. He helped me out a lot right when I hit 12K, which is a big reason as to why we're almost at 13K already. So thank you to him. Go check him out if you haven't already. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know by leaving a like, subscribe to the Swollen family, and I'll see your beautiful faces in the next one. Goodbye.